Welcome back, members of the channel. I wanted to share with you a new stock I started to buy into. It is a tiny cap. And as I get started, I wanted to thank the member of the channel who suggested gambling.com. This is not a site where people go place bets. Gambling.com actually provides data for companies that offer online gambling and so forth. They also offer that data to gamblers who are really passionate about gambling, want to have that edge. So it's a little bit like Facebook, where people go to their site or the number of sites they operate. And while they're there, gambling.com provides ads, and that's how they monetize the user visits to their website. As we look at this stock, I'm going to point out why I bought this stock. The fundamentals are just the fundamentals. I understand the business. I have friends that really enjoy gambling. I'm not one of them. I might bet on the Super Bowl. I might bet on an event once in a great while, but I'm a big stock investor. I invest in crypto. I've invested in real estate. Those are my real bets. I love it. I love investing in stocks, but my friends that invest, or I should say that gamble, they're not big stock investors. They're professionals in different walks of life. They own businesses and they really get a kick out of gambling. So good for them. They'd probably be a good customer of one of their websites. So let's get into the fundamentals and I'll show you the valuation of gambling and give you my thesis of why I started investing in gambling.com. The company is headquartered in Dublin, Ireland. I believe they have operations in the UK. They also have offices in the US and also around the world. Gambling happens around the world. The market cap is really low, 315 million. And we've seen some of these small caps really take off. Over the past year to date, the stock's down. Over the 1 year, down 17. Over the 5 year, it's up just 10%. So we'll see how their fundamentals look and see if this sell-off is really warranted, if it's rational. Revenue is 147 million, so you're paying just a little over 2 times revenue. Not bad. PE ratio is very sensible at 22, and then forward 10. That seems kind of discounted. Analysts have a 74% discount, and they're going to base that on earnings per share. Let's take a look at their growth. Revenue growing at 27%. Let's take a peek at the quarterly. It's growing at 29.64, 39% the quarter prior. Those numbers look really good to me. That top line growth tells me that they're having success in getting these websites going and getting advertisers to advertise on the websites. Gamblers like the data they're getting from their websites. Those things are working. Let's take a look at their margins and cash flow. Gross margins, 94%. Stupendous. 94%. That means that their platform doesn't cost a whole lot to operate. People are visiting. And then the advertising probably provides good return on investment for the people that are advertising or the companies that are advertising. And that generates cash flow. So we've got high profit, cash flow. And I would say a unique business in proposition or business idea. I big investor in Meta. That's my biggest stock. Invest in Reddit. And those are going really well. I invest in Google Alphabet, and Google Alphabet has YouTube and other things. This is right in that area. It's a little bit like Live Nation, maybe a little bit of Discord and Facebook, kind of in that neighborhood of company. So I really like the business model. I love the profitability. I like their free cash flow. They carry a little bit of debt, but their debt is well below 3 times EBITDA. Let's take a look at that forecast. 8 analysts cover the stock, and these are known analysts. They brought down their earning targets, the stock price targets. That created somewhat of a negative story. But understand that they brought down their targets from like 19 to 17, and the stock's at $8. So to me, it was, well, it's not that big of a deal. It'd be one thing if they brought it down below its current stock price. Instead, they took it from a price that was much higher than the current stock price to a price that's still substantially higher than the current stock price, but it's the act of reducing that price target caused a negative story, and the stock sold off. The future looks good for the company. They're going to grow this year quite well. They're going to grow next year and the year after. They acquired a business, and I really like the terms that they used on that business. It's a little bit of they paid a little bit for the business, and they'll pay more if that business performs. That's very equitable. Really like how they structured that acquisition. So their earnings per share are going to expand nicely over the next couple of years, growing 24% in 26 and then 22% in 27. That looks really, really good. Analysts had a very high discount on this stock, and I'm right there with them. The free cash flows for gambling.com are very valuable. And frankly, the cash flows, the future cash flows are worth 73% more than the current stock price. The earnings per share are worth 76% more than the current stock price. So if this business continues to operate and grow, there's just the market's going to wake up to the fact that this has got really terrific fundamentals in a space that makes a lot of sense. Gambling continues to grow. It continues to be really interesting. Media outlets like ESPN is now they're part of the gambling economy. You have companies like Robinhood and also Coinbase getting into prediction markets. It's a more elegant way of saying you're betting on an outcome. So this is all becoming kind of this big prediction market worldwide. And I think gambling.com is in a space that's going to continue to grow. So I really like that. So I bought shares today. I decided to buy some shares, and I've been buying a lot of small caps. I think small caps are really beginning to work. If we have lower interest rates, I think it's going to be a good idea. And that is my video on gambling.com. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I want to thank the member who suggested this stock. It's great to hear from members just bring up stocks, and boy, we find some real good gems. We look at them. I would have never thought of gambling.com on my own, but I think we have a really good idea generator in this community with having so many members now. We're getting a good stream of new ideas each week, and I'm going to try to highlight the ideas that I think look pretty special. Thanks for watching.